Chapter 14 The Peculiar Case of a Laughing Dog. This story is about a man by the name of Asmanja Babu and his peculiar dog that he feels laughs. If Asmanja Babu's general knowledge had been wider, he surely would have known that dogs never laughed. And if he had any modicum means very small amount of imagination, the incident would have robbed him of his sleep. In the absence of either, what Asmanja Babu did was to sit down with the book all about dogs, which he had bought for 2 rupees from a second-hand bookshop in Free School Street. He searched for an hour but found no mention in the book of laughing dogs. And yet there wasn't the slightest doubt that Brownie had laughed. Not only that, he had laughed because there had been cause for laughter. Asmanja Babu could clearly recall a similar incident from his own childhood. A doctor had come on a visit to their house in Chandan Nagore and had sat on a chair which had collapsed under him. Asmanja Babu had burst out in a fit of laughter and as a result had his ears twisted by his father. Now this is a story about Asmanja Babu and who's got a dog whose name is Brownie. Now Asmanja Babu feels that his dog laughs and also smirks sometimes, and he feels this is true, but he's trying to search for the truth in a book which is named as All About Dogs, which he bought from a shop and for second hand, and he tries to search but he got nothing regarding dogs laughing. There was no mention about dogs laughing, but yet to him he feels that he has seen his dog laugh, so he's trying to find out. And he also remembers his time when he was small and he suddenly burst out laughing when a doctor had come to his house, and when he sat on the chair it collapsed, it fell and the doctor fell down, and Asmanja Babu also laughed suddenly to see him fall down. He shut the book and looked at Brownie. As their eyes met, Brownie put his front paw on the pillow and wagged its tail, which had grown 1.5 inches longer in 3 months. That means Brownie was 3 months old. There was no trace of smile on his face now. He wasn't laughing just now. Why should there be? To laugh without a reason was a sign of madness. Asmanja Babu felt relieved that Brownie was not a mad dog, because no one laughs without a reason. On 2 more occasions within a week of this incident, Brownie had reason to laugh. The first took place at night at around 9:30. Asmanja Babu had just spread a white bed sheet on the floor for Brownie to sleep on when a cockroach came fluttering into the room and settled on the wall. Asmanja Babu picked up a slipper and flung it at the insect. The slipper missed its target, landed on the mirror hanging on the wall, and sent it crashing to the floor. This time Brownie's laughter more than compensated for the loss of the mirror. The second time, now this is the first time when Brownie laughed after this reading of the book. When he had finished the reading of the book and thought that his dog was not mad. So when he spread out the bed sheet for Brownie to sleep, and there was a cockroach, and he on the wall, he hit the slipper at the cockroach but missed the target, and the slipper hit the mirror which fell down Brownie laughed at it. The second time, it was not laughter, but a brief snicker. Snicker is smirk, a grin. Or you can also call it as a sarcasm, laughter in a sarcasm. Asmanja Babu was puzzled. Nothing had happened, so why this snicker? His servant Bipin provided the answer when he came into the room. He glanced at his master and said, smiling, "There's shaving soap right on your ears, sir." With his mirror broken, Asmanja Babu had to use one of the window panes for shaving. He now felt with his fingers and found that Bipin was right. So that was the reason why Brownie was laughing at his master, because there was shaving cream on his ear. That Brownie should laugh even when the reason was so trifling surprised Asmanja Babu a great deal. That means he's saying that for a very small thing, if Brownie was laughing, that was a big thing for Asmanja Babu. Sitting at his desk in the post office, he found his thoughts turning again and again to the smile on Brownie's face and the sound of the snickers. He was all the time thinking. He was working in a post office, and there where he was sitting at his desk, at his workplace also, he was only thinking about Brownie's laughters and smiling and the smirks that he gave. All about dogs may say nothing about a dog's laughter, but if he could get hold of something like an encyclopedia on dogs, there was sure to be a mention of laughter in it. He thought maybe in an encyclopedia has got a book which has got knowledge about all the subjects. So he thought maybe in that there would be something about a dog's laughter. Anyways, let's carry on. Dr. Sukumoy Bomik, some called him Dr. Bow Wow Mick, was a well-known vet. He was an animal doctor. Hoping that a vet might listen to him even if other people didn't, Asmanja Babu made an appointment on the phone and took Brownie to the vet's residence on Gokhale Road. Brownie had laughed 17 times in the last 4 months, so he needed to see a doctor. One thing Asmanja Babu noticed that Brownie didn't laugh at funny remarks, only at funny incidents. Now this he noticed, that not at remarks but at funny incidences that took place, that Brownie laughed. Asmanja Babu had recited the nonsense rhyme King of Bombardai to Brownie, and it had produced no effect on him. And yet, when a potato from a curry slipped from Asmanja Babu's fingers and landed on the plate of curd, Brownie had almost choked with laughter. So when something funny happened, Brownie would laugh a lot. So Asmanja Babu went to the vet, though he knew that he would be charged 20 rupees for the visit. But even before the vet heard the dog's unique trait, his eyebrows had shot up at the dog's appearance. I've seen mongrels, but never one like this one. He lifted the dog and placed him on the table. Brownie sniffed at the brass paperweight at his feet. So Asmanja Babu, because he saw that his dog was laughing at funny incidences, so he paid 20 rupees for the visit to the doctor and went to the doctor. And when the doctor saw him, instead of looking at that, talking about the weird trait that he had of laughing, which Asmanja Babu feels that his dog laughs, about which we all know that dogs don't laugh. That's the reality. So anyways, the doctor picked up the dog and he looked at him and he said that I've seen many mongrels. Mongrels are highly pedigreed dogs, a breed of dogs. So he says, I've seen so many, but I have never seen one like this. So he picked him up and put him on the table and started to check him. So the doctor started to examine him because he feels that he is a very different mongrel. He's never seen a mongrel like that. Mongrels are dogs of good pedigreed dogs with different parents. What do you feed him? He eats what I eat, sir. He has no pedigree, you see. Dr. Bormick frowned. He was observing the dog with great interest. We can tell a pedigreed dog when we see one, but sometimes we are not sure. This one, for instance, I would hesitate to call him a mongrel. I suggest that you stop feeding him rice and dal. I'll make a diet chart for him. So, doctor said that he looks to me a mongrel, but he doesn't seem to be also, because he's a little confused with the kind of the dog, how it looks. And when he asked what he eats, Dr. Asmanja Babu said that he eats rice and dal, whatever he is eating. So no pedigreed food is given to the dog. Pedigreed food is very special food which is for dogs, and it is supposed to have a lot of minerals and vitamins and whatever requirements are there for dogs, and it keeps the dog's skin and coat and everything very good. It makes them more healthy. So the doctor said, stop feeding him dal and rice. Feed him, I'll make the diet chart and give it to you, and you feed him with that. So with the appearance of the dog, the doctor is also confused a bit. He doesn't want to say that he's a street dog, but he doesn't want to say that he is a pedigreed dog. He doesn't want to say that he is maybe a mixed breed with different parents. Anyways, then Asmanja Babu now made an attempt to come out with the real reason for his visit. My dog has a speciality, which is why I have brought him to you. Speciality? The dog laughs. Asmanja Babu finally told the doctor that his dog laughs. Laughs? Yes, laughs like you and me. You don't say. Well, can you make him laugh now so I can see? Now, at funny incidences only the dog laughed. So the doctor wanted to see the proof, because he was also surprised to hear that the dog laughs, that Brownie laughs, when Asmanja Babu told him that. Now Asmanja Babu was stumped. By nature a shy person, he was quite unable to make faces at Brownie to make him laugh. Nor was it likely that something funny should happen here at this very moment. So he had to tell the doctor that Brownie didn't laugh when asked to, but only when he saw something funny happening. So because Asmanja Babu was a little introvert type of a person, he never used to laugh too much and all, or make faces and all at the dog, and he knew that it was actually the funny incidences that took place. Nothing funny would suddenly happen there in the vet's hospital or the clinic. So Asmanja Babu had to tell the doctor that he just laughs at funny incidences. After this, Dr. Bormick didn't have much time left for Asmanja Babu. He said, your dog looks distinctive enough. Don't try to make him more so by claiming that he laughs. I can tell you from my 22 years experience that dogs cry, dogs feel afraid, dogs show anger, hatred, distrust and jealousy. Dogs even dream, but dogs don't laugh. Doctor had other patients also to see, other animals also to see, so he didn't have so much time to wait. So he told Asmancha Babu, I know that your dog looks very different and distinctive and different, and he says, I have got so many years of experience, 22 years of experience, and in all these years I have known that dogs cry, dogs get angry, dogs do all other things, but they don't laugh. After this encounter, Asmancha Babu decided that he would never tell anyone about Brownie's laughter again. Why court embarrassment when he could not prove his story? What did it matter if anyone never knew? He himself knew Brownie was his dog, his own property. Why drag outsiders into their private world? Now he felt embarrassed actually after telling the doctor, and the doctor telling him that with so much of experience he never knows and he has never heard of dogs laughing. That's one thing that the dogs don't do. So Asmancha Babu realized that it would be embarrassment trying to prove this, that Brownie laughs. So he thought of keeping this trait of Brownie, that he laughs, to himself and just be as himself, because the dog also belonged to him.